The curses in Deuteronomy chapter 28 only apply to the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of today. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. A pestilence is generally rendered as a physical condition, but it's also denoting something morally corrupting or anything harmful to morals or public order. In 586 BC, under Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian army sacked Jerusalem. The political, religious, and educational leaders of the Israelites were forced from their country and taken as captives to Babylon. Only the poorest of the people were left behind. 2 Kings chapter 24 verse 14. And he carried away all Jerusalem, and all the princes, and all the mighty men of valor, even 10,000 captives, and all the craftsmen and smiths. None remained save the poorest of the people of the land. And he carried away Jehoiakim to Babylon, and the king's mother, and the king's wives, and his officers, and the mighty of the land. Those carried he into captivity from Jerusalem to Babylon. In the book of 2 Ezra chapter 13 verse 40 to 45, it explains a journey the 10 tribes of Israel would take to an undiscovered land called Arsareth. Whenever the conversation turns to slavery, people typically imagine black slaves. Hardly ever does anyone think of Indians. It is as if each group fits into a neat historical package. Africans were enslaved, and Indians either died off or were disposed and confined to reservations. Such an oversimplification is troublesome because Indian slavery actually explains a great deal about the shared history of Mexico and the United States. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. Cleave, to adhere firmly and closely or loyally and unwaveringly. This curse applied at various times throughout history, even until today, to the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American.